Hello everyone and welcome to this video. I'm going to be sharing some helpful tips for when you get your first social work contract and you're trying to figure out how you want to move and what types of decisions that you want to make about your future. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing is to know your bottom line. We all have bills and things that demand our money and our time. What is the most money that you want to make, and what is the number that you need to make per month that you cannot go below because of your current financial situation? Pick a number and stick with it. Know what your finances look like and know what your financial goals are. Are you wanting to save up money to buy a house? Are you trying to pay down debt? How much money do you need to make that reality without having to stretch yourself too thin? These are all things that should be taken into consideration before you sign any contract. The next thing is to read the entire thing. Of course, I know it sounds like this would be counterintuitive, but a lot of people sign things without reading all the way through it. Take a moment to read all the paragraphs, all the legalese, and figure out what are the consequences if you want to leave your contract early. What are the ramifications of leaving a contract, or what's going to be the understanding if the facility cancels the contract last minute? Will you be owed any additional money for funds that were expended in order to get there to that placement? Find out from the contract. That way, you know what you're working with and you can make an informed decision on if this is the right contract for you. It's also important to understand your pay. With travel jobs, there's an hourly rate, there's often a per diem rate, and then also there's benefits that come along with the position. Do you get paid time off? Do you get overtime? Do you get holidays paid? Do you get holidays off? Those are all things that can fall underneath the umbrella of some of the additional benefits that a contract offers or the staffing company offers through the contract that they give you. Let's take a moment to understand how you can calculate how much money you'd be taking home from a contract. So, giving this example, let's say your hourly rate is $17 per hour, which would be about $12 after taxes, both state, federal, Social Security, and all the things that they take out of your paycheck before you actually see it. Housing is $105 per day, meals are $35 per day, and so think about what you'd be taking home on a weekly basis. Most 13-week contracts pay on a weekly basis, so usually every Friday you see the money from the the week before deposited into your account. So, for instance, weekly pay times 40 hours would be $480. We would also add to that number the housing per day, 105 times 7. Meals, which were $35 per day times 7 is 245. So you'd be looking at a total take home pay of $1,460. And so that would mean that you'd be taking home over 4 grand on a monthly basis. So, if that's something that would work for you, that's something that you can sign. If, however, you feel like that doesn't work for your needs, definitely feel free to negotiate and talk about what that rate would be that would make you be more likely to take that position. It's also important to read over your contract to find out what the schedule is. Are you supposed to be working weekends, holidays, days? What's the schedule going to be like? Do you work from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., 3 p.m. to 11, first shift or second shift, or even third shift? Are you working 3 12s within a week and then 4 12s the next week? Find out what the facility is expecting, and that's usually outlined within the contract. Additionally, think about if you're going to be on call or if there's any variable hours, which means will you be called in if for some reason they need you or they have some type of staffing crisis. And also look to see what the holiday policy is. Are you expected to work holidays? Do you have all holidays off? Find out that information and locate it in your contract before you sign it. One other quick thing to remember is that you need to include any time off that you want within the contract. As people who are feeling a staffing need, the facility may not always be on board with you taking a whole lot of time off during a contract. So if you have a vacation planned or you need to go home for something, make sure that those days are noted in your contract that you sign. All right, we've come to the end of this video. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.